This is my response to a story that's come out in Ghana talking about young people being lazy when it comes to the work environment. Now, this was said by a celebrity, and then it was put onto Ami Aldebra's page. I don't want to name the celebrity because everybody knows who knows the story, but I don't think I need to name the person because it's not about dragging that person, but it's about the topic of our Ghanaian youth as lazy as she is saying, and as other people I have heard say. Now, I have friends who are in the positions of hiring and firing and training people, and I have heard people say the same things that she has said in her comments. Now, a lot of youth are expressing their anger in regards to what was said and feel that they disagree with the comments that were made. Now, I've been asked for my take, and I want to share it as a video because things get lost in translation when it's written in Twitter, and sometimes Twitter threads, somebody might only read part of the thread and they misconstrue what's being said. So I want to do this video so that you can hear everything that I have to say about this topic. Number one, stop focusing on salary. Now, I wrote these things down so I don't forget. Stop focusing on salary. It's one of the things people have complained about, saying that the salaries are not good. If you truly want to be successful in life, you have to know that you have to view your job as a paid opportunity to learn on the job. Now, you have to realize that you are not going to be paid the same salary as someone who has 10 years experience, 20 years experience, 30 years experience. You can expect that you are not going to be paid well, whether you're in Ghana, whether you're in America, whether you're in Canada, UK, Europe, wherever. When you're a young person who doesn't have experience, you're likely not going to be paid well. You are going to be paid based on not having any experience. They see you as somebody who's new, you're on the bottom of the barrel, so you can't expect to be paid well, period. So just look at it as your opportunity to learn as much as possible. Take in all the information, learn from the people who you admire, figure out what's going on, figure out how you can excel. Because when you excel at that job, that becomes your reference for the next job. If you do a really good job, that person who writes the reference for you for the next job can help you make more money when you get to the next job because you've proven your capabilities, you've proven the value that you have. Because when you have no experience, you don't really have any value yet. I want to share my experience. I've actually worked for free. So don't think that I haven't. I have worked for free as an intern to get experience so that I can learn and use that as a way to get the next job. I have done it more than once, multiple times. And it's just something that we do if we want to succeed. A sense of entitlement is not going to get anyone anywhere because at the end of the day, a person's going to say you're not entitled to a high salary when you don't have much experience. It's unfortunate. So when it comes to salaries, it is unfortunate that in Ghana, minimum wage is really bad. I wanted to make sure to say this. Minimum wage in Ghana is not even legally 15 cedis per day, which is really, really terrible. And so it's one of the things I want to point out that when you're voting, these are the kind of issues that you should be bringing out. Like, I don't hear anybody talking about the minimum wage when the election comes. They're talking about so many other things. Young people make up more than 50% of the population, and most of them decide not to vote. So it's like, you're more than half the population. You have the power to try to make a change. I know it's tough, but these are one of the things you can bring up when it comes to the election is minimum wage needs to be increased, seriously increased, because it is really bad. One of the things when employers say that young people are lazy or that they're not doing their work, I mean, I've gone into like Melcom and I see people sitting on their chairs and they're on their cell phones when they should be working. I've gone and see it in ShopRite. I've seen it in so many stores that I go in. People are just chilling on their phone. And it's one of those things that's a sad reality that there are a lot of people who do it. And it's not just young people. There's grown adults doing the same thing as well. So one of those things, that is one of the things that employers look at. Like, are you serious on the job or are you just dilly-dallying while you're on your cell phone watching Facebook or TikTok videos? So it's really important that you know that your employer is watching how you are when you work. One of the things I want to say for young people too is start reading biographies of successful people, people who you admire, people who have done great things. And I know it's really discouraging when you're living in a country that's a developing country and that you might be looking at somebody who's in another country and feel like they have better opportunity. The opportunity for you as a young person in 2023 is completely different than it was for your parents or for your grandparents who didn't have access to some of the tools you have. So one of the things about building your value is using the digital tools that you have access to build your value. So for instance, if somebody's an accountant, you studied accounting, let's say, and you read stories in the news about, finance, whatever it may be that's going on in the world. Maybe it's tax time, and you make yourself an expert. You build yourself as an expert by talking about that topic. All your social media, you should be talking about the accounting industry. All your social media, you should be talking about maybe finance. You should be talking about how people, how they file their taxes, whatever it may be. You're giving tips to people. And when you do that, if you can do that every day for a whole year, I promise you, you will be seen as an expert. If you talk about something every day on your social media specific to a niche market, let's say it's marketing and you're giving marketing tips. Let's say it's hair and you're giving hair tips. Let's say it's fashion, you're giving fashion tips. If you're doing something consistently every day on your social media, like you're here on Twitter or you're on LinkedIn or you're on wherever, use that as your tool to share information about your industry, and then you share your opinion on it. You share what you think. You share what people maybe don't know, and you're giving them this information, some inside scoop, because you're building yourself as an expert. You may post a video and only 2 people watch it. You may post another video and only 1 person watches it. You may post another video, 20 people watch it. Another one, maybe 5 people watch it. Don't get discouraged if you feel like nobody's watching your video. Because after the consistency and you keep doing it, eventually it will grow. And when it grows, then you'll see how exponentially people start to come to you and look for you when they need information about something. Once you've built your value as an expert, then you can ask for more money, right? Once you've built your value as an expert, then you can ask for more money. Until you've done that, employers are not going to look at you as somebody bringing value to the table. This is my advice to young people in Ghana, some of the things that you can be doing. The other thing is your CV. Oh my gosh, so many people have the same looking CV. I have asked for CVs for positions and stuff, and when I get messages and I get emails, the CVs all look the same. It's like everybody copy and pasted the same format that they're sharing. Be creative. Learn how to show what you did. So don't just say, I'm good at communication. How are you good at communication? What did you do to communicate? You can say something like, effectively wrote press releases for blah, 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 whatever. If you say you're the best salesperson, how are you the best salesperson? How many did you sell? What was the increase in volume that you had? Like, use specific numbers when you're saying that you have the ability to do something. So I hope that this helps you and what I think. I think that a lot of young people don't take the initiative to look for ways that they can make themselves stand out from the crowd. And I think there's a lot who they just don't even know. They have no clue what to do. They think they're doing the right thing, but they're not doing the right thing. And then when they're not doing the right thing, they get left behind because there's others who know what to do and they're doing it. So that's my advice. I hope that was helpful, and drop in the comments what you think. What's your take? Am I right? Am I wrong? What would you do? Share it with me. I would love to hear.